Lauren reporting for Haydenfilms on the road. We're here at the Directors Guild of America Theater in New York City for Season 3 of the award ceremony.
Hi, I'm Jackie here with Haydenfilms on the road, and we are just about ready to interview 3 of the 4 finalists for the Haydenfilms Online Film Festival. We will also be interviewing Michael Tardy, short filmmaker of Once Upon a Christmas Village.
I'm from Aberdeen in Scotland, so northeast of Scotland, and it doesn't have much of a sort of film community up there, so it's quite unusual that in the past couple of years quite a few films have been coming out of there, which is really sort of good for the area, because it tends to come from the larger cities like Edinburgh and Glasgow. There's a bigger film industry set up there, but it's good to see some films coming out there. It was after we went to Cannes with Forgotten Souls, and we got a lot of good feedback from it, and it was just an email from Hayden saying that someone he knew had seen Forgotten Souls and he'd like to see a copy of it, and we could was invited to enter it into the festival. And because it was an online festival, I thought there's so much video out there on the web anyway, but I thought I looked at the previous festival and the quality of the films and the setup of the site, and I thought it was really impressive, and the films are very high quality, so I thought, yeah, it'd be good to be a part of it. Well, I think Haydenfilms, I think the reason that it works and it's really good is the audience, vote for it. It's not just a panel of industry experts or technical experts, it's just a global audience that votes on it, and it gives everyone a chance to see films from all over the world and vote for it themselves or rate it themselves and make up their own minds. Forgotten Souls, it's a film about a survivor of the Holocaust, and it's basically we catch up with the character 20 years on, and it's really a story about how he deals with what he's seen in the past and what he's experienced in the past. And it was shot in Poland and Scotland. Majority was in Scotland, and we chose carefully a lot of the sets and locations to try and recreate, the period and of when the war in parts of Europe that was affected by the war. So it doubled pretty well. It came out quite well. The inspiration came from my interest in history, and also my grandmother. She was Italian, and she was arrested by the Nazis during the war, and she spent 2 years in a sub-camp of a work camp of a concentration camp. And once she was liberated, she met my grandfather in Italy. They got married, and then they returned to Scotland. And so my grandmother, she passed away a few years ago, but I've always been sort of interested in what she experienced and what she went through. So I started researching a lot on the Holocaust and about the concentration camps to just try and get a bit of an idea of what she actually went through, and really it stemmed from there. The film isn't about her story, but that's what inspired me to learn a bit more about history. At the moment, working on a couple of ideas, developing a couple of short film ideas, and because Forgotten Souls has had a lot of recognition back home, the people who fund the film, Scottish Screen, they've been really supportive, and they says, with any future projects to come and see them. So hopefully we can apply for funding, and if we're successful, get some funding for it this time, because Forgotten Souls was made without a budget. It was just everyone's own time and dedication and just enthusiasm that got it made.
I'm from Madrid, Spain, and I'm the writer and director of Blindness and Hannah. I live here in New York. I got an email from Hayden himself, and then I submitted the movie through Without a Box, I believe. I think it's an extremely innovative idea, and I actually like it a lot. And the fact that it even requires some dedication in the audience, because they have to watch the movies with all these regulations, and the player is very well done. So I actually like a lot the experience. I just finished writing the script of a feature, and I'm working on another one. Uh, so let's see. Filmmaking is very uncertain, but the idea would be to produce one of those two in the next 2-3 years.
From Mexico, and the name of my film is Encounters. My film was in Cannes, and Hayden was in Cannes as well. So we didn't meet there, but he got the information on my film, and I was invited to participate in the festival via email. And well, I was just thrilled, and it was amazing to be an online festival, so I decided to go for it. Well, this film is I like to call it a 12-minute tribute to a great genius of the cinema. His name is Ingmar Bergman. So we decided to make a small, well, not small, 12-minute length tribute to his work, especially to his EP, who passed away actually 2 weeks before we started shooting the film. So, well, it tells the story of a troubled woman with certain mental problems. She's an schizophrenic, and well, this film is the dialogues of her with her alter ego, or her another self, speaking and arguing about the meaning of life, and if it is good to go on, or to take a shift in her life, or what to do with it. They talk about love, talk about hate, talk about certain issues that Bergman uses in a lot of his films. And also the photography is planned to be as a Bergman movie, so as I said, it's a tribute to his work. Well, my plans, I have a feature film on the way. I also intend to do a documentary that may take place during this year. I wish I will be producing the film during May or June this year. It has certain similarities to this one. We actually used this one to make a pilot or an example of how the special effects will work for the feature film. So it was like a rehearsal, this film Encuentros, for what's to come.
Hi, my name is Michael Tardy. My short film is Once Upon a Christmas Village. Well, it starts really about how Santa Claus loses his magical watch that falls into a Christmas village under a Christmas tree, comes to life, and they all lead upon a story of these zany characters. And there's good versus evil. There's a love story. There's a lot of exciting moments in the film. A lot of action. I wanted to make a film that wasn't so slow, in terms of an animation film, like especially in the short, because you only have about 10 or 15 minutes to really tell your story. Well, the feature film is, we're getting ready to start the feature. It's called Snowyville. Signed up talents. We have John, we have a couple people that we're talking with. John Travolta, hopefully for the lead. We got Jim Belushi already signed up, also Tim Curry as well. So we're looking to start production, fully production, in about another 2 more months. And can't tell you when we're coming out yet, because that's a secret. But in the meantime, we are into production. Hayden hunted me down. No. I was in Cannes, over the Cannes Film Festival, and so was Hayden. And ironically, there was a friend of mine who said, there was someone else who went to Kutztown. I said, who? And he goes, well, this guy Hayden, and I met him over at the American Pavilion. So I said, wow. So I went there, and he said, yeah, he's a real tall guy. So I went back, and I couldn't find him. And the next thing you know, I had his number. I came home. We contacted each other, and he said, you know what, I saw your film, it was amazing, and I want to talk to you. So I came back to my old stomping ground, because I also went to Kutztown State in Pennsylvania, which is now Kutztown University. And we just hit it off, and he's been backing up my project and has been doing a great job.